Welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast, strategies that help entrepreneurs build reputable and profitable brands. Here's your host, Henry Kaminski Jr.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here from UniqueDesignz.net, and this is episode number 10 of the Brand Doctor Podcast. And today's episode is all about that C word that you cannot fake when it comes to building your brand's integrity. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always trying to stay one step ahead and always trying to educate myself on the trends, the trends and the best practices in my industry so that I can provide my clients with the best value that I possibly can to get them the results that they're looking for. So I would say at least twice a year at a minimum, I like to go to these live events, to network, to bump shoulders with industry leaders and the elite and just to get out of the office too. And so I had an interesting experience at one of the last live events that I went to. And one of my, I guess, mentors, aka heroes, was there. And he was a guest speaker. And I was so looking forward to meeting him. I never met him. I followed him and bought a ton of his products. Spent thousands with this guy because online he was a trustworthy guy, and so I got some decent results from his products, and I just couldn't wait to meet him because he just seemed like such an approachable guy and looked like he truly cared about his clients and his customers. So day 2 of this event, there was this VIP meet and greet, right? So I paid the extra couple bucks. It was a couple $100 to be part of this VIP meet and greet, right? So I walk in, I'm by myself. Now I'm a little nervous. 1, because I'm by myself. 2, this guy that I've been trying to meet for a year and a half now, 2 years, is there. And so I spot him, and he's in the corner, and he's got these hot girls around him, and he's talking with another highly respected guy in the industry. And I felt like such a weirdo because I was so intimidated. I don't know what it was. Even me, I get a little starstruck. And I start to approach him closer and closer and closer. So finally I'm about like 2-3 feet away from him, not trying to sound like a creeper. But I'm starting to listen to the conversation that he's having with the other gentleman and the girl standing around him. So they're pounding beers, and I hear him saying, you know, I hate these VIP meet and greets. They're so annoying. You know, I'd rather, what are we doing for the after party? And he had no interest whatsoever in being there. And you could see it on his face too. And I just, at that split second, I just felt disappointed. So I didn't go up to him, and I just kind of went on with the night and kind of shacked up with a couple other people that I knew in passing and just continued the night. So I go back to my room, and I'm just pissed off, and I go to bed, and I'm just angry. I wake up, and I got this what am I even doing here? I just flew across the country to meet this guy. I was so fired up to meet him, and he had no interest at all in talking with the little fish that were swimming by that night, the night before. So I get dressed. I go down to the coffee station there, a little cafe there, and I see him, right? And he's got his little entourage around him. And I said, you know what? I'm going to say something to this guy. I don't know exactly how nicely this is going to come out, but I got to say something because I didn't fly 2,000 miles to do nothing and to kind of just brush this under the rug. So I walk up to him, finally get him by himself, and I said, I just wanted to tell you something. And he's like, what is that? And I think he was going to think that I was going to share this beautiful testimonial. And I said, I'll never buy another product from you again. He kind of looked at me like a deer in headlights. And he was like, why's that? I said, because you're a phony. And he kind of had this like little smirk on his face. And he was like, why do you think that? And I said, I heard what you said yesterday at the VIP meet and greet. And he goes, well, what did I say? I said, don't worry about it. I said, but I'll be sure to tell all of my friends. And I walked away. Now, granted, this guy could have been having an off day, and I'll give him a mulligan for that. But here's how the story progresses. So, this guy was so hot. Tony Robbins was promoting this guy and endorsing this guy left and right? And then what happens? He starts to kind of like vanish off the internet. I don't see any more Facebook ads. I don't see any more content at all, right? And what happened was, I think word started to spread about how arrogant and cocky this guy was. And with that, I think Tony kind of caught wind of that, maybe, I don't know, but stopped endorsing him. And this guy literally vanished in a year. I don't even hear his name. And I barely see him on the internet anymore. It's interesting. So the C word that no one can fake is caring. You can't fake that. You can't automate that. You can't pretend to care about somebody, clients, customers, colleagues, coworkers, team members. You can't fake how much you care. It's impossible. As I was growing up and I was being raised by my father as a single parent raising me, he taught me a valuable lesson when I was building my business back in 2007. I was 27 years old. I was a kid. He says to me, because he saw what was going on. He saw that my arrogance was increasing. I think he saw me getting a little too big for my britches. And he says to me, I want you to understand something. Now, mind you, my dad was no CEO or top executive. He was a shop mechanic, a truck mechanic for UPS for 30 years. Okay? But he's a sharp guy to this day. He's a very good negotiator. And he said, no matter if you're working with the CEO or the janitor, you treat them the same. You treat them with respect and you care for them the same. Because we all put our pants on the same way. Caring. That's what builds trust. That's what builds brand integrity. That's what people buy. They want to know how much you care. And the more they're willing to drop on you, the more they're willing to invest in you, is all predicated on how much you care about them and how much they see you care about your clients. Caring. So I want you to think about this today, and I want you to pull out a little meter and do a little diagnosis on your brand and ask yourself, do I really care as much as my competition? Do I care more than my competition? If you're getting repetitive sales and you are crushing it, then that means that you're going off the meter with your caring. That's all it means. But if you're struggling with sales and struggling to connect with your target audience, I invite you to take a step back and ask yourself, am I caring enough? So I'll leave you with that, guys. Another episode in the books of the Brand Doctor podcast. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It was a little deep, but I had to share this with you because you cannot fake that C word. You cannot fake the level of caring that you showcase and give to your clients. So I'll catch you on the next episode, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, or if you haven't shared this yet with a friend, a colleague, a fellow entrepreneur, please share this with them. I hope you found value in it. I hope they will find value in it. And I'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Talk soon.
You've been listening to the Brand Doctor Podcast with Henry Kaminski Jr. To get your appointment with the doctor, visit Brand Audit at www.uniquedesignz.net.